now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney?
It all started with one video. At first glance, it seemed like just another ad from the fashion brand American Eagle. Young models, stylish outfits, soft background music. But then, in the frame, something appeared that instantly turned a simple marketing campaign into a political bombshell. In the corner, for just a couple of seconds, a silhouette flashed a figure unmistakably resembling Donald Trump. Not in his usual suit and tie, but in an unexpected look that went viral in an instant. Some saw it as a show of support for the former president, others as a jab at him. But the biggest shock came on Wall Street. American Eagle's stock soared within hours and then just as quickly crashed. What was this? A bold marketing move, or a coincidence the media pounced on? Why had Trump's name once again become a trigger for billion-dollar swings on the stock market? And most importantly, who actually profited from it? We're going to break down how a single frame in a commercial became a tool of economic influence, why political specters still haunt the markets, and how American Eagle may have pulled off one of the boldest PR stunts in history. American Eagle isn't just a store selling jeans and hoodies to teenagers. It's a brand that has always built its image on freedom of self-expression, a touch of rebellion, and youth culture. They've sold a lifestyle that runs against conservative formality, not political slogans. But in 2024, something shifted. Amid rising political polarization, brands began to realize, if you want people talking about you, you have to be bold. Nike had already taken the risk by supporting Colin Kaepernick and earned billions in free publicity. Why not try to recreate that? It began like dozens of other American Eagle ads. Warm, almost nostalgic lighting, smiling students, couples holding hands, friends laughing in the park. The shots flowed under a soft guitar melody, selling not clothes but a feeling of youth, freedom, and ease. But this time, the ad contained a single second that changed everything. At the 35-second mark, the camera glides past a sidewalk cafe. Several people are at the tables, one sipping coffee, another typing on a laptop. And there, almost at the very edge of the frame, sits a man in a red baseball cap with bold white letters. He leans forward, elbows on the table, speaking to someone across from him. The camera's focus isn't on him. The image is slightly blurred, but the silhouette, the posture, and that unmistakable hat trigger, instant recognition. Those who spotted it hit pause, take screenshots, and post them on Twitter. Within 30 minutes, the internet is ablaze with a single question. Was that Trump? The image spreads across Reddit, TikTok, Instagram. Some swear it's him, even the expression is familiar. Others insist it's just an actor, inserted on purpose to divide the audience. Meanwhile, American Eagle stays silent, no statements, no clarifications. And that silence only fuels the fire. Conspiracy theories grow by the hour. Some say the brand is signaling support for Trump, others say it's trolling him. But everyone agrees on one thing: this ad is no longer about jeans. It's about politics, emotion, and a deeply divided America. What started as an internet joke in the first hour turned into a full-blown crisis by the end of the day. In the news cycle, American Eagle now appeared alongside Trump gasoline on the fire in political America. CNBC opened its morning broadcast with American Eagle in political storm after ad sparks Trump cameo speculation. On Bloomberg, analysts argued live on air. Was it an accident or a calculated marketing move? The stock market reacted instantly. At the opening bell, American Eagle shares rose 2%, what analysts called the curiosity effect, as investors bet the buzz would boost sales. But by midday, the tide turned. Twitter had become a battlefield. Boycott American Eagle and Stand with AEO trended simultaneously. Some vowed never to shop there again. Others promised to buy something in support of the brand's bravery. Markets hate uncertainty. By the closing bell, the company's stock had dropped nearly 7%. Financial analysts reported that in a single day, American Eagle's market cap lost tens of millions of dollars. And all of it over one barely noticeable frame in a commercial. Yet the drop had a hidden upside. Media monitoring showed that in just 48 hours, the brand had been mentioned over 1 million times online, 10 times its average. Google searches for American Eagle ad Trump skyrocketed. Even people who had never set foot in their stores now knew the name. And this is where things get interesting. Some PR experts believe the crisis was intentional, that in an era when attention is the new currency, any social media storm can be turned into sales. But was this genius marketing or a catastrophic blunder? At American Eagle's Pittsburgh headquarters, the morning began not with the usual marketing call, but with an emergency meeting. Executives, PR staff, lawyers, marketers, all in one room. Faces tense, half-finished coffees on the table. On the projector screen, Twitter screenshots, news headlines, real-time stock charts plunging into red. The communications director spoke first. We're in every major media outlet in the country, 70% of the time paired with Trump's name. Sentiment polarized. Half the audience is thrilled, half is calling for a boycott. The CEO frowned. Was this a mistake? Or did someone intentionally put that shot in? But no one had an answer. Internal staff messages later leaked to the press showed the team's uncertainty. One employee wrote, "If we admit it was an accident, we'll look incompetent. If we say it was deliberate, we'll lose half our customers." Another replied, "Either way, we're in the middle of a hurricane. The only question is, how do we survive it?" In the PR department, 2 scenarios were on the table. The first, release a dry official statement. We do not support any political party and regret any misunderstanding. The second, take a bold step and turn the situation to their advantage by releasing a follow-up ad with a touch of self-irony. Marketers argued, lawyers warned, every single word could be used in court. Meanwhile, social media kept pouring fuel on the fire. On TikTok, slowed-down clips of the shadowy figure were racking up millions of views. Some users even posted fake, leaked behind-the-scenes footage, supposedly proving that a Trump lookalike had been cast for the ad. By evening, the CEO closed his laptop and uttered a sentence that would later become a meme inside the company. We're either going to end up in the history books of marketing or in the textbooks of crisis communications. The next morning, the entire American Eagle team was glued to Donald Trump's accounts X, Truth Social, even Instagram. Silence. Not a single word about the ad, not even a hint. But those who knew his style understood. Trump's silence wasn't indifference, it was strategy. He liked being talked about, but he loved it even more when people were left guessing what he would say next. And then, 36 hours after the ad dropped, a post appeared on Truth Social. Some companies forget who their real customers are. A reminder, patriots always make the right choice. No brand name, no hashtags. But millions of his followers instantly knew exactly who he was talking about. The comments exploded. Some called for a full boycott of American Eagle. Others began placing orders just to spite the haters. On X, users shared the post alongside screenshots from the ad, captioned, "He's talking about them." The market reacted immediately. Shares fell 4% at the open, but by midday, they had regained half the losses. all because half the country now decided that wearing American Eagle had become a political statement. CNN, Fox News, and Bloomberg all ran the same line. The Trump effect had struck again, a perfect storm for the brand. Marketing analysts explained, in today's world, political polarization can either destroy a company or turn it into a cult. And American Eagle had landed squarely on that fault line. But behind the scenes, something stranger was happening. Employees began receiving unusual emails from people calling themselves independent producers, offering to shoot a sequel to the ad, this time featuring an unmistakable Trump double. Some proposals were so detailed, it was clear they came from someone with real media experience and possibly political interests. What had started as a viral commercial had now evolved into a full-scale media battle. On Twitter, news channels, and podcasts, everyone was talking about American Eagle. Some called them brave and modern. Others labeled them provocateurs, playing with the country's divisions. But no one expected Donald Trump himself to escalate the fight. It happened at a rally in Iowa. Standing before a crowd of supporters, he paused, took a sip of water, and suddenly said, "Did you see that commercial? Those American Eagle people, they think they can laugh at me. Nobody laughs at Trump. Nobody." The crowd erupted in cheers and applause. Trump pressed on, promising that brands like that must pay the price, and vowing that his supporters won't spend another cent on their jeans. By the next morning, the clip was on every major TV network, and that's when American Eagle realized they had just been handed what every marketer dreams of: free, powerful, global publicity. The ad was being discussed in London, Sydney, Tokyo. Memes featuring the Trump-like figure in a denim jacket were circling the globe. But the other side of the coin soon appeared. Real threats were made against some of the brand's stores. In certain states, protests sprang up outside malls. Boycotts were organized. Some doors closed, but others opened. In big cities, young customers lined up to support free speech and buy a jacket from that ad. The stock market jumped again, this time by 12%. But analysts warned the rally might be short-lived. After all, going head-to-head with a man who might soon return to the White House isn't just marketing, it's playing with history. As cameras captured scenes of people debating jeans on the streets of New York and Texas, in a closed office at American Eagle's headquarters, the marketing team popped champagne. They knew that no matter what happened next, they had achieved the impossible. The whole of America was talking about their brand. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Donald Trump scrolled through his news feed, seeing memes of himself and smirking grimly. He knew this story wasn't over, and perhaps the next move would be his. The fashion world rarely collides with big league politics so closely and so loudly. The American Eagle Trump saga had become more than an ad campaign. It was a living chronicle of how a single video could rewrite the rules of the game. It was the clash of a brand synonymous with freedom, youth, and rebellion, against a man who embodied power, charisma, and mastery over the masses. The stock market shook with wild price swings, social media boiled with endless debates, and marketers worldwide dissected the case, asking themselves, was it a stroke of genius or a reckless gamble? Some saw courage and authenticity, others saw a provocation flirting with disaster. But one truth was undeniable: the era had changed. Today, a brand could have as loud a voice as a politician. Today, an ad could shape the national conversation. A fashion commercial could be the top story on CNN. And tomorrow, we may see campaigns that not only sell jeans, but shape the future. For now, American Eagle remains in the spotlight. and Donald Trump is preparing his next move. Because when two worlds collide, the game never ends, it simply moves to the next level.